I think the thing that's unforgivable, and that's why I was tough on him in the first place, is I know what it's like going through cancer twice. You have to surround yourself with positivity and love. The mind and the body are so tied together. And if you're enduring stress while you're going through something like that, it just makes it so much worse. And you can't have that in your life. And if he's able to do that to her while she's at her lowest point, if somebody's willing to hurt you while you're going through that at your lowest point like that, I mean, how would you even give that person another chance?
Better not.
Well, I mean, she did it because, like she said, they weren't in a great place. She decided to deal with it and get over it, and let's try and make it work. But he proved her wrong, unfortunately, and that's where she is now. That's what's happened. It's Roula and Rain's Roses if you're just tuning in. You go to krbe.com to get on our show so you can find out if something's going on in your world. So hopefully Candy takes care of him because she's going to take care of herself now. Dana's going to just take care of herself now.
Now, Candy's not sounds. I mean, I don't want to make a judgment on somebody's name, but it does not sound like that's somebody that's going to be his lifelong partner. I know. I caught myself. I apologize in advance.
Just because the girls you met back in the day were all in strip clubs.
Candy.
Doesn't mean other people can have that name.
No, it can actually be a very sweet name, I'm sure.
So convincing there. I'm sure.
Thank you very much.
Awkward.
You can tell when Ryan's lying there when he does that choppy voice.
Oh, boy.
I talk in like this.
I'm sure it's very...
I know nothing about anything.
Thank you.
In other news... Hey, how about those Astros last night? My favorite text of the morning was when I was talking about Abreu and his, what's like the new flex word? Macho's like such an 80s word. What's like a flex word? Like Abreu wears his jersey open. No, machismo is a word that's been around for a long time. Like, what's a new word? Sam and Ahmad know this better than me. You know who Jose Abreu is, Sam?
Yes.
He's our first baseman. He never buttons his top part of his uniform. He's got like medallions and chains.
He's got a rubber band in his beard.
He's got a rubber band in his goatee.
No, he's flossing.
And I was saying, what is he doing?
He's flossing.
Is he flossing?
Take me to the next level of flossing.
What's the word,
He's
Ahmad?
so confident.
I mean, he's got Riz. That's what people say nowadays. He's got like Riz.
Yes.
R-I-Z-Z.
Now, does he have it or does he want to have it?
I wish the goatee was a little more well kept, but he's cute.
Yeah, if somebody came out
really about cute. What I'm trying to portray here,
Riz, I'd be like,
it's not about being cute. It's just about like the way he portrays himself. Like, look at me, I'm not gonna button this top button, and look at these medallions. Don't weigh me down when I run.
Like I grew up watching a wrestler. His name was Razor Ramon. His real name is Scott Hall. He passed away last year, but he had this character. It's just like Jose Abreu, just confident,
cocky.
Just have his toothpick out. He'd have the toothpick just throw it in your face, like, look at me.
I mean, people still say swag, too. You could say swag. He got swag.
Well, people are saying he's being a poppy, according to texts.
Okay.
He has the drip.
Drip, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Drip.
He has the drip.
He has drip.
And is there a difference between having it and wanting to have it? I'm not saying that
and
he
why
doesn't
baseball,
have it.
Rula, is like the only sport where everyone's wearing jewelry. And like,
yes!
You would think it would get in the way. It would get in the way, wouldn't you think?
All the necklaces.
It looks good on a lot of
I mean, I don't get on a treadmill at the gym and I wear all these necklaces. They're going to go back and forth over my chest and drive me crazy.
You're sliding into home and you hit that, that thing hits you in the eye.
Oh, I lost my pearls.
Yeah, who's the bozo with the pearls, Eric, from the Braves? That guy, Jock Peterson
also,
or something?
Yeah, do they require the uniform to be buttoned to a certain level? Like, I'm loving it.
That's what I'm saying. He's all Mr. Swagger. Like, look at me. I'm not going to button this uniform to the top like Bregman or like Altuve does. You know what I mean? Like all the regular athletes.
He's one button away from a nip slip.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. And for those of you who maybe have not really been watching our Stros,
you should.
Number one, we're in number one place. Yes. Number two, the Rangers were like who we were chasing, and now they're chasing.
They were destroyed.
And number three, I have been that person, Eric, at home, who when Abreu comes up to bat, I'm like, what is this guy doing? God, waste of time.
Never lost faith in my man.
Waste of time. No, I lost faith in him because I didn't have any before. I didn't know
you never do him.
I never knew him. I was like, what's this guy? I just know Pina Power's gone, and I got this guy with the swag and the flex and the drip and the riz.
Change your mind?
He's been good.
And I mean, I just was really surprised because even our colleague behind the scenes at the radio station, I either text with Yoj and Eric during a game, or I text them separately. And the other day when Abreu, every time it was like the easy out. It was like him and Maldonado. Maldi's either going to give you a home run or he's going to strike out and it's going to suck. Yep. So I was like, oh, Abreu. So we hit that grand slam. My husband was like, you going to stop with all your complaining about Abreu now? He hit a grand salami.
Yeah,
and I was like,
got to now.
I was like, well, I hope he keeps doing it. That's good.
And then Candy Maldonado, his name's Candy, Ryan.
Uh-oh. Sorry.
Yeah, he's not a slut. All right. He's a good ball player.
Can you use Riz in a sentence, please? So
yes, let's do word of the week, Eric. Can you bring that back?
No, I've never even seen it.
Ryan has no Riz.
Yeah, there we go.
But that doesn't give it context.
Like, dang, I've just seen it like in comments and stuff on TikTok. Like, dang, look at his Riz. Like, if I like walked up to Eric and was like, "Hey, Daddy."
No. What's up?
They was like, okay. They'd be like, okay, am I with the Riz? Like, it's like just
confidence.
Yeah, swag, a certain type of swag. Yeah.
Huh.
But what is it? Riz?
What's it stand?
What's it short for?
Yeah, short
Okay,
for.
Yeah.
It's just
Risotto?
a word. I don't know.
Risotto.
We just be using the word. It has a vibe. It has.
It's like
it's
game.
a movie.
It's like game, Ahmad.
It's like game.
It's like they say, like pulling a chick or a dude is Riz.
Exactly.
Here it is.
There's a word of the week.
You wanted the
But
word of the
who came
week?
up with it?
Riz is a slang for skill in charming or seducing a potential romantic partner, especially through verbal communication.
Yeah.
You got that Riz.
Ahmad had that Riz.
Got
There was
that
working on me.
Riz.
The way you were
Yeah.
staring at me there.
Yeah.
Call me daddy? Oh, yeah.
It works at the daddy bar in Montrose.
Is there a daddy bar?
It's more of a sports bar, but yeah.
Yes.
Sports daddy?
People are texting me to remind me that also Yuli did not button the top of his uniform either. I don't know why I didn't pay attention to that.
Maybe first base. They do. That's the outfit.
That's like the first
Have a
base
button
thing.
down for jewelry?
uniform.
You
they
just
have to
don't.
wear.
And somebody made a good
Charisma.
point. You can wear all this jewelry as baseball players because no one's trying to
Tackle
yank it
you.
by the necklace to take it down. You know, really, if you think about it, the biggest tackle in baseball is you and the base.
Yeah, I want him to wear like
You get tagged, but you don't get
I want him
tackled.
to wear like a Gucci purse.
So the
purse on the side. Imagine going up there and hit.
Oh my gosh.
A crossbody?
Abreu gets a grand slam with a crossbody Gucci on there.
our texters are saying charisma, Riz, charisma.
Charisma. So short for charisma.
Got it.
That's like people that say za for pizza. How lazy are you?
Okay.
People also say
No,
za
I
for
don't
something else
think
too.
it's the same.
Really?
They do.
They do?
Yeah,
that?
the devil's lettuce. They call it za. That's zaza.
Oh.
Really?
They do? That's also a
Hotel
hotel.
Zaza doesn't like that, I
Or
bet.
maybe some
Yeah.
of the...
Hotel Devil's Lettuce.
Okay, I didn't know. All the things we're learning. Special K.
Yes.
If this is not a big sign for you to bring back word of the week, I don't know what else is.
We got a lot of
Where's the
words
word of the week?
today.
The word of the week. Riz, charisma.
Who knew?
And
We
then
go from roses to
Riz.
flexing and swagging and
you're a
rizzing
daddy.
and all the things.
Dripping.
yeah. Thanks.
Rule and Ryan's Riz.
I'm gonna go to the sports
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I would
yeah.
love to take you guys there. You and
Watch
Ryan.
the Texans.
It's really
can go
chill,
anywhere.
though. I mean,
Is that
it's
like
probably
screens everywhere? Or is
yes, yeah. It's an outright sports bar,
It's a sports bar, yeah.
and you can play darts there and pool.
But is it a gay sports bar?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
yes, very. They have a
So
steak
what
night
are gay
tonight.
sports?
Yeah, what
Is that what you're asking?
No,
I didn't ask what are gay sports. It's just
Wait, what did
sports
you
that
say?
are
There's
that
gay
watched by
sports?
gay men.
yes.
It's not a gay sport.
They have great drink specials. I love going there. Sometimes I'll go and I'm
All
like,
sports are
oh,
sports."
there's a game today. That's why people are here.
Right,
I
right.
just
What's
go.
so full?
Does it make you mad because you're
Like, are you annoyed that people are actually there to watch
No,
the sports because
I-
now the pool tables are full?
No, I like it. It's more full and more older guys looking to buy a young guy a drink.
That is good.
Oh.
So you have to pretend like
Here's
you
an
like
old
heard it
word
here.
for you, Ahmad. Mooch.
Whether you're straight or not, there's always some
Hey.
young one looking for the older one to
Yeah, but for
open
guys,
the
it's
wallet.
hard, Roula. Like straight guys, that no woman's gonna buy us drinks.
No.
Right, right.
You
There's
got
no.
cougars that are looking to, you
Yeah.
know, sauce up some young
At my
thing.
age, a cougar would be like 75.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what the hell?
Ask him for a glass of water
got
for
some
my
ribs, young man.
dentures.
You look like you have ribs.
Eric's got
Coming up next is Celebrity Scoop. We're going to talk about a very, very awkward Hollywood story. You know, the family business for some people is mechanic shop, restaurants, doctors, lawyers, actors. Acting is a family business. And the most awkward story has happened between father and daughter. Just wait for it. Next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
From the big screen to the big house.
Roula and Ryan Celebrity Scoop.
104.1 KRBE.
It's brought to you by Innovative Lasers of Houston. And for a lot of people, you know, we've had this conversation the last couple of days, I feel like. For a lot of people, and just in general in life, I don't care what city you live in, what country you live in, a lot of people do the family business thing. If your dad was a doctor and your grandpa was a doctor, you most likely think about going to medical school, or attorneys, or restaurant owners, or dry cleaner owners, or mechanics.
Or farmers.
Yeah,
you keep it in the family.
Whatever it is.
Of course, I didn't do that.
Hollywood is the same thing. This is why if you've seen Painkiller on Netflix, you may not realize that's David Duchovny and Taya Leone's kid, who's the little Oxycontin sex kitten pharma pusher.
That is?
It's like,
Really?
That's Wes Duchovny.
I did not know that.
I didn't
Yeah.
put two and two together either.
I didn't put that together either.
Well, I became so
didn't see it.
disturbed after watching that.
Painkiller's
that I
good.
was like,
Is it good? It's good?
It's really good. However, Dope Sick is an even better one
Okay.
on Hulu.
Check
It's
those
just
out.
about how this one family created
who is
drugs
these-
to keep
who
them
is-
rich. So here's the awkward story. Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman at one point were married and had children, and now those children are grown up and they're acting. Ethan Hawke is more of a director now these days than an actor, and his daughter Maya is in a movie called Wildcat. It's about author Flannery O'Connor. I don't know why I have to say it like that. I just do.
Okay.
And there are bedroom scenes in the script. Ethan had to direct his own child in the scenes.
Ew.
And that's odd. Huh. Well, he says, you know, because he was asked, is it weird to direct your own child in the intimacy scenes for this script? And he says it's not a problem at all. We were so comfortable with it, I could not have cared less. And he said that he and Maya agreed that making art together is their, quote, safe place. Safe place or not, I
Dude,
don't
my
know,
daughter's in
dad's directing me on
entertainment.
how to
I couldn't do that in a million years.
What if all of a sudden your daughter goes, I'm in this new Netflix show, and then all of a sudden you find out she's topless?
I'm not watching
Or what's the
it.
one you like, Zendaya?
Oh, Euphoria.
Euphoria. She
Also-
loves that show.
All of a sudden she gets a role in that, then you gotta find out she has to be topless.
I'm not watching. There's no way I could watch that.
Well, don't.
Certainly couldn't direct it.
I mean, but directors and actors always say filming like scenes like that is always the most unsexy thing.
It is
ever.
unsexy. I mean, there was one instance where I was on a really crappy soap opera years ago, and the girl was supposed to be naked. She was wearing a bodysuit. They cleared the set. It was just me, two other actors, and the girl on the stage. And it was very awkward because it was like, you got to hit your mark. They've got tape on the floor. You got to be standing here doing
But that
this,
was a
doing
comedy skit. That
Yeah, it
wasn't-
was,
that
but I mean,
you're
you
not
weren't
doing
laying in bed.
Bridgerton.
No, no. I mean,
You were
you know-
doing Euphoria.
No, I'm not.
You know,
but I'm
it's not
just
the
saying,
same.
just that was my firsthand experience looking at it, and there was nothing sexy about it.
Actually, you assaulted that girl on national TV.
How did I assault? Oh, she was wearing.
You attacked her and took her.
She was
and
wearing
took her,
a tablecloth. I played.
tablecloth,
The only coverage she had.
and you took it off her.
I
and
played
shamed
a
her.
restaurant owner, and she was trying to leave with the tablecloth.
Yeah.
and she was naked under it. And I said, "No, you can't leave
Yeah,
with
you were
that."
more
And
the
I
maitre d'.
And I pulled the cloth away.
Okay, Justin
He
Timberlake.
was the snarky
It was a
maitre
role.
d'.
He was a snarker. He was a
He was like,
Gunther.
you can't have
I
your
was snarky
tablecloth.
waiter number one.
You're a Gunther like on Friends. You cannot have that. I think you played it like you're trying to be a gay character. You were trying to play
I
it
said, "Oh no, you're not leaving with
like
that."
a '90s gay character. He was trying to do a Will and Grace type.
Oh, I
thing.
got to see
No,
this.
I
You gotta
wasn't.
see- yeah.
Oh, I've got it on my Facebook. I think I can pull the
Okay.
video.
You
I'm
gotta
gonna
watch
look
it. You ever
up.
seen it?
No, I've never
Oh,
seen
yeah.
it.
Pull
I've
up
seen
the
him.
audio, right? Because it's really
You
short.
will see the worst actor on the face of the planet.
That's when he used to wear glasses.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
still do to drive, but not in the studio.
Oh, you should,
Interesting.
Yeah, probably should.
Probably. I screw up the news
We
a lot
learned that
less.
lesson for 20 years. Okay, let me throw this one y'all's way, too. I think this is the most hilarious picture. I don't know if it comes up the same for you guys as it does for me. If you go to people.com, this story came out later in the show yesterday, but now it's on most of the headlines about Nirvana's 30th anniversary of the album In Utero. They are releasing it with 53 unreleased songs from Nirvana.
53?
Yeah, I saw this.
53 unreleased songs. But look at this
I did not
picture.
see this.
I'm going to show y'all this picture Look at it, Dave Grohl. Look at Dave Grohl in this picture.
Yeah, he's a baby.
It is not the Foo Fighters Dave Grohl we know now. He looks like the scared little kid that's like, hey, man, I'm just here along for the ride in this band with Kurt Cobain.
I was watching an interview with him, and he was saying, he's like, there's some people in the band and the groups that, that hung out with him that did drugs, and there were some that didn't. He didn't do drugs. He's like, I stopped when I was like 20. So like Kurt, and he's like, I wasn't around that world. They did their thing. I did my thing.
Kurt had a heroin problem. He said he took it because he had such severe stomach problems. And, Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl was not even Nirvana's original drummer. He came along on the second album.
Yeah.
Well,
never mind.
It's going to be reissued with 53 unreleased songs. Now, the question is it going to get re-released with the little naked baby that decided to sue them 40 years later?
Right. I mean, it's just streaming. I mean, like...
But it's not Nevermind. It's
In Utero. That's the one where it's
you're right. You're right. Nevermind was the naked baby.
Do you remember
correct.
those kind of like the Invisible Man type thing you'd see in science class? It was like a doll and it looked like the Invisible Man.
All the muscles.
Yeah.
And it has like a clear plastic thing. You could see all the muscles and
There's
organs.
like a bodysuit you can wear. Some guy on PBS when I was a kid wore a bodysuit and it had his body with the organs. It's really gross.
Well, that's what this looks like. It's a woman. It's like a woman with wings who's got like all
PBS, the guy had like he had that painter's hair. Perm hair, like
Bob Ross
type hair or something. I think and he had the bodysuit. It was really creepy.
This is to show you about all the human anatomy and all the muscles. Anyway, we'll see. 53 unreleased Nirvana songs.
Now wait.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Roula and Ryan Show on KRBE with what's going down in H-Town.
It is brought to you by Duncan Houston. This is in the Chronicle on Chron.com. Houston was ranked in a new study as one of the best cities in America, actually the best city in America for surviving a zombie apocalypse. Houston is the most prepared to fight zombies.
We got guns and trucks.
Yeah. 18 hunting gear stores, 60 ammunition stores. The Lone Star State also has the most airports and helipads and access ports and marinas for escape option. Now, after us comes New York, but Houston, number one in the country.
Well, I have seen this city devolve into that kind of end of times.
Yeah,
anytime there's a hurricane and we lose power, it's like, people scrambling for gas and all of the shelves are empty. Like, why do you need so much milk and bread?
We really need bread during a hurricane. I don't know why we all.
Don't you remember when COVID hit, everybody took all the toilet paper?
Yeah, that was
see, that's what I'm saying.
And that was one symptom of COVID.
And now because of that, every time I go to Costco, I feel like judged if I do take 2 things of paper towels because they had a deal like she's like $23, it's $18. $5 off. So I'm like, I'll get 2 of these. But
it's not like you're taking 10 of them. That's what some people did.
I know, but now if I take more than 2, I feel like
you're hoarding.
They think I'm a hoarder. I'm like, it's okay. I just like to have it.
And by the way, the Texas Department of Public Safety, once again, the DPS is saying all appointments canceled till noon today. Yesterday they said that, and it ended up being the entire day. So
why is it only till noon? They think they're going to fix it by noon?
They think they're going to somehow upgrade their
if you knew how to fix it, it wouldn't
system.
be like. How do you know?
Oh, okay. It'll be broken till noon. Oh, okay. Not 11:30, not 1:30.
Hey,
noon.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Oh, no, I'm just saying.
DPS is
how do they know that, though?
Yeah, how do they know?
Kev said that's.
All right. Then you got the IT.
Tomorrow news story, right?
Well, guys, I promise it'll be done by
I'd be willing to bet you tomorrow at this time. Well, it was probably closed the whole day. It was closed the whole day.
Yep.
That'd be my guess. And the Stros just destroyed the Rangers 12-3. Abreu, grand slam, and oh my God, it was just amazing.
Abreu
We're
was
number
a beast.
one.
A grand slam, then a 3-run homer, then Chaz after him. It's just so much fun to beat up on the little Rangers. Those little Rangers, they're so confident.
Oh my gosh, that was so amazing.
3 or 4 months, they were number one.
Even as we're like comfortably in the lead, and then in the 9th inning, we still scored 4 more runs.
And I turn over to the
that's punishing.
I get the Rangers games too as well, I guess, on AT&T.
On your cable package?
So I just turn over to the Rangers to hear their announcers, and they sound so defeated.
Like,
well, they called it Minute Maid Park North
next time,
in the
maybe.
caption for the Astros Twitter. Minute Maid Park North was where the Rangers play.
It's true.
That's awesome. All right, coming up next, we're doing Food Wars, and this time we're going to do a profiling topic. Yes, we are going to profile. As a server or an employee in a restaurant, do you profile the person based on how they look, thinking what they're going to order? Like, you can read what they're going to order based on how they look.
Or if
look at this one.
Let's say they order a steak well done with ketchup. You know that tip is going to be crap.
Oh, you think so?
For me, I just feel like that person is just...
Eric's go-to is well done steak and ketchup.
I'm wondering if they can spot the Karens or the Carricks right before they even open their mouth. 713-390-KRBE. Do you profile as a server? We want to hear from you.
Food Wars on the Roula and Ryan Show.